In this video, you're going to learn how important client awareness is to the overall function of your business. If you don't understand client awareness when you're building your marketing or you're building your sales cycle, then you're going to really struggle to start to generate business and to grow and scale that. If you don't know who I am, my name is James Rudge. I own healthprolaunch.com. We help health and wellness professionals to start and grow their online practice. And we got started by starting our own health and wellness practice, helping people with eczema to reverse that. We went through our own process with our daughter. We managed to reverse her eczema using functional health. And so we started a practice doing that. As that was so successful, we started having other health and wellness professionals come to us and say, hey, how did you do that? And so that's where Health Pro Launch came from. And now we help other health and wellness professionals to start and grow their online practice. And so in this video, you're going to learn about the importance of client awareness. Once you understand this, you will very easily be able to either produce content or create your lead generation machines, your paid advertising machines. You're going to do that much easier once you understand this. So the first thing to remember is everyone is on their own health journey. Maybe you arrived at health and wellness after going through your own health and wellness journey, and you resolved that and you learned lots of different things. At least that's how we came to it. Or you just had an interest in medicine and in health. So everyone is on their own journey. Everyone's at a different state of awareness. So let's begin from the most aware over this end, right the way down to the least aware. So firstly, let's talk about most aware. So people who are most aware, they know they have the problem. They know that your type of solution is the one that they would like to use, and they may already be looking for a solution. So they're at the highest state of awareness possible. All that's left to do is for them to have a conversation with the right provider, which is you. But in terms of distribution, the most aware stage of people, it's only about 3% of the population. So of everyone with the health issue that you help solve, or the wellness issue you help solve, only about 3% are at this, I have the problem, I'm ready to invest in it now, I have the funds, I'm ready to pull the trigger on this. So a very small amount of people are actually here. And if you haven't seen the 3 types of lead generation method that are working right now, I'll link to that video at the end of this one. But the 3% front end offer speaks only to these people at this stage of awareness. And because there's only a very small portion, a 3% portion of people who are at that stage of awareness, they're ready to buy, they have the information they need, they just need to speak to the right provider. That's where that offer fits. It's also the smallest portion of the market. We need to use different methods to reach further down this state of client awareness and bring them upwards towards being most aware and ready to buy and ready to get on the phone with you. So let's talk about the next stage, and that is being solution aware. They are aware of the methodology behind how they can solve that problem. So for example, if we're speaking to people in our eczema practice, we know that a lot of people don't yet know that reversing inflammation is one of the primary ways we can reverse the eczema. Maybe around 20 to 30% of your total addressable market is actually aware of how you can solve that problem. So for you, let's say you're a wellness specialist working with burnt out lawyers, only 20% of that market is going to be even aware that you can use wellness practices to help increase their overall well-being. So again, quite a small portion of that market, but certainly bigger than that initial 3%. So people who are solution aware, what they need to see in the marketing is the proof that you have used the solution that they know exists successfully. So they're going to want to see those testimonials. They're going to want to hear that you're the expert in that very specific niche. That's how we attract these solution aware people up to these most aware, ready to make a buying decision. In your marketing, that's how we speak to the solution aware people. So giving them a bit more information and proving that you have used that solution successfully in the past. That's how we market to that portion of the clients on that client awareness spectrum. So moving down to the left, even less aware, is problem aware. So the portion of the market that are problem aware, they know that they have the issue, but they're not yet aware that your solution to that problem is the one that they need. So let's continue with that same example. If you're a wellness professional working with burnt out lawyers, the lawyers may be aware that they are burnt out. So they have these feelings of perhaps low self-worth, low self-esteem, struggle getting up in the morning. They have other issues with their family starting to arise. These are all indicators that they are problem aware. They have that level of awareness to see in their own lives, this is a problem. I should probably look at fixing this. And the way that we market to this level of client awareness is to firstly begin by talking about that problem and using language that they would use to describe their problem themselves. Very important. And we talk about how that problem can be solved by our solution. And that moves them up that client continuum towards that most aware stage. So for example, a marketing piece for people in this stage of awareness, maybe discussing that problem in detail. Once we've used the language that they're using, they really know that we understand their problem better than they do. And as a marketing note, when you demonstrate that you understand the client's problem better than they do themselves, they will automatically assume that you have the solution. And so by you showing them, here is your problem, it's like this, isn't it? You can then introduce the solution because now they trust that you really understand where they are. And then the final stage of the awareness continuum is, of course, unaware. So your clients who are unaware are the hardest to market to, because you must first bring awareness to their problem. So if you're that wellness coach who's marketing to lawyers who are burnt out, they may not have recognized that that's a problem that they want to fix yet. So how we would market to this level of awareness of clients is by making it clear that having these, let's call them symptoms, these are all indicators of burnout. So now we're labeling that set of symptoms with the problem. So we move them up this stage by labeling that set of symptoms that they're experiencing with that label. That moves them up this awareness continuum. And so when we're marketing to them, we will talk about it on a symptom level, and we will hang labels on that throughout that marketing piece. Once they understand that they have burnout, then we can start to talk about the solution. Then we can start to talk about who we are and how we can solve that. So it's all about understanding where on the continuum the people that you are speaking to are. So going forwards, it's really important as a business owner for you to hold this structure in your mind whenever you're writing your marketing pieces or your sales pieces. Where are your clients on this continuum? If you're marketing to people who are problem aware, you need to know that different type of language, and we can go into that in another video. If they are most aware, all you need to do is make them an offer that beats the rest of the market. And so connecting the dots now, the 3 different types of lead generation that are working right now, we have the 3% method, which is scooping off these people who are most aware and they have the money to invest in the solution. And then the next offer, the free plus assessment, that's scooping from this solution aware upwards, so a much larger portion of the market again. But then the information offer can scoop from all the way down here, from nearly completely unaware of the problem. It can move them all the way to this most aware stage in just one step. So that's the power of having 3 different types of lead generation based on this client awareness system. So if you haven't watched that 3 methods of lead generation, I'll link to that here. You can go and watch that one now. But from now on, if you ever make a marketing piece or a sales piece, keep this in mind. Where is your client in terms of their awareness? Based on that, your marketing message will change so that you can move them towards that stage of most awareness. If you haven't watched that 3 methods of lead generation now, I'll link to that just here. Go and watch that one. I'll see you in that video. Cheers.